Alright guys, this is a update on the Farmall Super A actually. But what you're looking at is a um, International Harvester Magneto, and trying to get the number on this to tell you what it is. There it is. It's a H410599419. Anyway, I'm having a lot of trouble getting the Farmall going, and I discovered that it had no spark coming from the Magneto. So we took it to electrical place, the guy that rebuilt my generator. He tested it, and what he found was that the kill switch actually, which when you're looking at your Magneto, this is what your kill switch looks like. The wire goes to here, to your dashboard. Well, that kill switch was actually grounded all the time. So it was grounding the points, and so had no spark inside there. So I had to rip it all apart, put new points and condenser in there. They go in the front here. Take these 3 screws out. They go in underneath here. Okay. Underneath here there's a little gear, right, which needs a little bit of oiling. Very little bit of oiling. Alright. But the problem lied within the whole mechanism. You can see it, but down inside there is a wire with a loop on the end of it. And the condenser actually, if I can do this with one hand, I don't know if I can, holding this damn camera. The condenser actually goes into this slot here. Slides in there. The loop from the coil goes over it, and then that loop down inside there, which comes from the points, go into it. Well, that wire down inside there, come from the points, has lost its insulation. There was actually insulation sitting down inside there, rubber insulation. I found it. So that is what I believe is the culprit causing the whole problem. So I was ready to shit can this entire Magneto, which is like $200 piece used sometimes, for about half a cent's worth of rubber coating on that wire. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to use that liquid tape, they call it. It actually comes in a little can. I don't have it right here to show you, but it comes in a little can. It's called liquid tape, and you just brush it on the wire, and it dries hard like a hard plastic rubber coating. So I'm going to try to reach down inside there and seal the shit out of that, and hopefully I reconnect my condenser then to those 2 wires, put it all back together, we will have spark. But anybody watching this familiar with these Magnetos, want to give me any kind of advice or tips, or if you've experienced this problem before, or if you haven't experienced this problem before, maybe I'm giving you a tip that you didn't check out before you discard your Magneto. It might very well be the same problem. It was a tiny little piece of rubber coating that fell off of that wire down inside there. So you see when it comes through here, it's insulated. That's the insulated cap. And so it does not ground. It should not be grounded when you test it. The way I tested it was I held the Magneto onto a battery terminal and tested it with a test light, and it came up negative. So it was always grounded. So anyway, that's the update on the Farmall Super A. Why I haven't had it running, haven't seen any videos about it. I've had some guys asking me about it. Going crazy with this goddamn thing. I understand a lot of guys going nuts with these Magnetos, but the more I read about them and the more I rip them apart, they're really not as complicated as people think they are. Just you know, a little different, a little unusual. You know, the points aren't as easily accessible as they are in a distributor. You know, but got the points in there. The points are perfectly set. At least I believe they're perfectly set between 18 and 20. And hopefully when I get this together, seal up that wire, we will have some spark, and we'll get that Farmall Super A running. So again, anybody has any tips on these Magnetos, trying to give you a full view of it, so you really see what it looks like, compare it to what you might have, and you know, that's the cap there, goes on there. The coil was tested. The coil is good. So I know the coil is good. She's snapping beautiful. The springs inside the Magneto are working fine, but no spark. And that wire did come up grounded. So I believe I found the culprit. We will find out soon enough. In the next few days, we'll get this all back together inside the tractor, and we'll give you another update on this. Again, anybody have any comments or any advice, I gladly welcome it. All right, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.